Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone, to another Trials of Casuals podcast. All right. Hello, Dani.
Hello.
All right. Let's go ahead and let's get this party started. What up, expert? How you doing, homie? So, let me just go ahead and swap screens here. Boom. All right. Danny should. There we go.
Hey.
Mega Danny. Danny, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, I'm upright, I'm breathing, and I'm not in jail. So I guess I could consider today a good day. Besides the fact that I'm like working on my tan, so I'm a little burnt on my shoulders, but it'll be fine. Um, Danny, do you have anything planned for this week?
I do actually have something planned for this week.
Let me. I'm pulling up your thing here, so because we've got Trials of Casuals today. You've got a power wash sim with Vil later this week
Yep,
on Wednesday. That's gonna be absolutely adorable to
that's
watch.
gonna be fun.
Is there anything else this week that you are excited for?
Uh, more Xenoblade.
You and Faye are just all over Xenoblade.
Yeah, we're kind of invested at this point.
Oh God, that game
It's
is
pretty good.
that game is too long though. It's like Warframe. I can't do it. And then Sunday you've just got just chilling with chat. Are you chilling with chat in the library?
Yep, probably gonna watch more cursed content.
Why? Why would you do that? Why? Stop. All right. Also, Danny, it's not because it's you specifically. It is not cursed. It's blurst.
I mean, some of that stuff is pretty cursed.
Oh man. I just saw what you liked on Twitter. I need to put that away. Otherwise, I'm gonna get I'm gonna get banned. Thank God I didn't have the screen on. That was it was. Do you know which one I'm referring to?
The one from Lady Boots. I'm assuming.
Yes, yes, absolutely the one from Lady Boots. God, your Twitter account is so blurst.
uh,
Like it's the most wholesome shit and the other side of the spectrum at the same time. What the fuck?
yeah.
All right, expert, catch you later. What up, Pitt? How you doing? So, Danny, after the first week of Destiny 2, after Season of the Plunder dropped, how are you feeling so far about the season?
It's pirates. I like the I like it
I like
so far.
pirates. uh, I did not do it, and I got a comment on sent to me on Discord via. I'm trying to remember who it was. Someone said something of. You said you were gonna sing sea shanties. You did not sing sea shanties. I'm very sad. Um, so we're gonna remedy that today. When we go do our catch, crash, and expeditions, I will be singing sea shanties the entirety of the time that we are doing them. Um, I don't know why people are wanting to listen to my voice, but all right. Doing great. Got home yesterday just in time to go to work. Yikes. Oof. I feel that pit. Um. So, is there anything you wanted to go over before we start going through the TWAB?
uh, hopefully they re-enable heavy GLs. That's
Ah,
about
yes,
it.
I saw what they did. Yeah, I saw what happened. I've also seen a lot of shit talk about Arc Resilience, which we will cover in
Oh,
the
they
TWAB.
they messed up so bad with their.
Yeah, it is not good. Um,
It's kind of funny, but not in a good way.
yeah, like it's pretty bad. What happened, and we'll get more into that when chat. We'll get more into that as we go through the TWAB itself. Which I will get ready to load up in a moment. I'm just finishing up some Arknights things because this is Trials of Casuals. And if I'm not going to casually disregard chat while I finish up another game while talking about another game, y'all can, and I quote, Ligma. My whole channel is blurred. Alright, there we go. Alright. Let's go ahead and load up the good shit. So, let's load up the content maker. All right, and boom, here we go. This week at Bungie, there's not too much to cover. There's a lot of issues that we have to cover.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot.
Yeah. So first and foremost, Season of the Plunder and Arc 3.0 are available. The standard missions are free for everyone, though you will need the season pass if you would like to get all the good shit. Um, Now, uh, here are some things that let's just quickly go over Season of the Plunder, just really quick. Uh, you're pirates.
Yep.
That's it. You're just pirates. Welcome to D2. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
We got
Pretty
Arc.
much.
Yeah, we got Arc 3.0. And it still fucking sucks for warlocks. It's still
It.
garbage.
I'll be honest. It's still kind of meh overall compared to the other two. It's just not that fun. Still.
I think that the only class, I mean, Hunter's got a whole new super, and Titans got Twilight Garrison built into their kit.
Yeah, that's
At least they got
that's the
something
big
good.
part.
Warlocks were like, hey, by the way, like the one good thing about your class that you had, the thing called Ionic Traces? Yeah, fuck it, we gave it to everybody else too.
The only thing really that Warlock's got was an exotic that actually makes it better.
What exotic is it?
The new exotic helmet. Let's see. Let me pull this up to see exactly what it
Have you
does.
already acquired it?
But it's probably gonna be busted as fuck.
I'm curious because I have not seen it yet. What exactly is it?
The Fallen Sunstar.
Okay.
So let's see. Where is its exotic trait again? Because people are already making builds around this thing. Yeah. Ionic traces you create move faster and grant you additional ability energy. Nearby allies also gain ability energy when you collect an ionic trace.
So it's basically Apotheosis Veil, but specifically for Arc.
And it gives your allies energy too when you collect it.
And let me guess, I'm gonna have to go through a Legend or Master Law sector in order to acquire it, right?
Yep.
Of course.
But people
Because
are
they
already
because they
building
hate
around this.
solo players. God.
This thing this thing's probably gonna be insane.
I'm gonna have to grind so hard for that because I still don't have necrotic grips. I still don't have fallen cuirass. I still don't have the new Arc Exotic. I still don't have Dawn Chorus. Like, I still don't have the majority of the exotics
Yeah.
since Beyond Light came out. The only one I have managed to acquire is Mantle of Battle Harmony and technically Second Filaments. But that was given to you at the end of the Witch Queen for free.
Pretty much.
And it came with a shit stat roll. Like, my
Yeah.
Second Filaments was a 42.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. They disabled the Titan exotic from this season immediately.
What did it do, Danny?
Oh, this one is
Was it
this one
that busted?
I saw immediately why it was disabled. Hammer of the Gods. Defeating targets with your Thunderclap melee restores melee energy. Targets near you when you use your Thunderclap suffer lightning strikes. Being amplified increases the range of these lightning strikes.
So you already made. So you took a Titan melee, made it better, and not only made it better, you injected 3 separate syringes of steroids into it.
This, however, is the new one. The one they were talking about that's the charged melee, where you can't be moving when you charge it. However, like they said, if it's fully charged, it's the one-shot kill in Crucible. These things amplified it, making it an AoE. Death trap.
Can Titan barricades block it?
I don't know. Probably, but I also know that it was causing some issues in PvE because it was a little too strong. Just a tiny bit.
That's interesting. So, alright, let's go ahead and go through here. Again, Arc 3.0, I think, is super weak. It feels shit for Warlock, and Hunter and Titan, of course, as per usual, got the good shit. King's Fall. This is a little old news. King's Fall raid came back, and I do believe, who was it that won again? It's the
Once
three.
again, it was Elysium.
Yeah, and I
We're
have
in the
been
right now.
hearing so much shit talk about it. Because they're like, welcome back for the 3P. And people are like, 2 of your raids that you got world's first on were reprises. Like,
Yep.
that's not technically a world's first. And whew, there's some hot takes that are about to be said. All right, so Elysium won the King's Fall raid reprise. Okay,
Yep.
they also run the Deepstone Crypt reprise and the Vogue Vault of Glass reprise. So one of those was a new raid. 2 of those were reprised from D1.
Yep.
Right. So with minimal change, with some changes to Vogue, and I haven't seen much about King's Fall. Were there pretty much any changes at all?
From what I've heard, the only real noticeable change was in the totem encounter, but it's nothing that would really throw people off too much.
Right. So, at one hand, them gloating and talking mad shit is technically warranted because they managed to do it three. They managed to three-peat, right?
Yeah.
However, comma, all of those players have probably been playing since D1, correct?
I'm not entirely sure. Because, like,
I know
Elysium's
the
still,
majority
like,
of the
new
because
to
there's
me.
what 3 content creators in there, right?
Yeah,
Chances are they've probably been playing since D1.
probably.
Right. So they already knew what the raid was going to be like, right?
Yeah,
Now, if I remember correctly, Math, Dado's clan finished ninth, I believe.
I believe it was ninth. It was eighth or ninth.
Yeah. So here's my thing, right? I get it. You got world's first 3 times, but 2 of those are reprises. And oh no, they did it on my bad. It wasn't Deepstone Crypt. It was Vow of Disciple. My bad.
Yeah, Val.
Vow of Disciple, which was already controversial because they got to skip an entire encounter.
Yeah,
So technically, when you really think about it, it was a bugged glitch that got them to win Vow of Disciple and two raids that were
overpriced.
already a thing beforehand. Like, it's very hard to determine whether or not they really deserve the title of world's best, you know? Like, I could see both sides of the coin. Like, I could see their side, like, yeah, they completed the raid. But two of the raids had already existed, so they already had all the knowledge to study up on them. And one of the raids, they got to completely skip the second encounter, which was considered one of the hardest encounters in the entire raid. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's.
it's like
I mean, what
good
are
on
your
them for
opinions on
getting
it,
it first.
Danny?
Like good on them for getting it first. Like I don't know. World's first has always been kind of like fill the pot takes. It's like it's kind of hard realistically to monitor who actually gets it and when unless they're streaming it. Like I believe Sweat talked about this a little bit. Like it's really, really hard to monitor the world's first race and actually confirm.
Well,
Like, okay,
don't they have information? Like, don't
they
they have?
have they have the information, but having that added layer of okay, we could visually see what they're doing, so they're not like breaking out of bounds or something like that. It's
Yeah,
like there is that possibility, which
yeah.
I think they took a good step in mitigating that by saying you have to collect the drops from each encounter for it to count. Because I know in some of the previous world's first attempts, they would just book it past the rewards.
Right, they would speed run it,
Yep.
and I think that's fair. But just it's really hard to kind of determine. If they skipped a
Yeah.
whole encounter, it shouldn't count. That's part of the issue about their Vow of Disciple run. Was
Yep.
they got to skip an encounter because it spawned them after the encounter was technically completed, even though it wasn't completed.
Yeah.
Like, Vow of Disciple was super bugged, and the fact that they
Like,
didn't shut it down immediately was very bad.
which I think also sort of played into why they released Kingsfall on Friday because they didn't want to repeat that.
The issue is, though, is that so many people weren't allowed to compete because of that.
Yep. It
Because not
was.
everybody is a big content creator
Yep.
that can that does streaming for a living. Like, a lot of us who are content creators, especially people of my size, uh, we have fucking jobs.
Yep.
I work. I work 4 to 10 on Fridays. There's no way in hell I can compete in a fucking raid for that. Like, that's just super unfair. And to every kid that's got school/homework, like, they can't compete either. They can't even try it. Like, adults who have to work overtime have to, like, can't compete. Like, it's so catered to strictly content creators that it's low key, in my opinion, it's actually kind of fucked. Like,
Yeah.
on one hand, yeah, it's cool, but like, because you see nothing but content creators doing it. But on other hand, the whole point of the name of World's First is for the whole world to be able to compete for it.
Yep.
Like, that was, I think, the worst part about World's First when they said that it was going to be held on Friday. Like I said, and I believe it was the last TWAB or the TWAB before, literally just pay your employees that are watching it, just give them the overtime. Bungie, it's not like you're hurting on money. You literally just signed a deal with Sony. Like, you got hella bread, dog. Like, just pay your guys extra overtime. Come on. Just pay them the money for Saturday. And it doesn't even have to be the entirety of your staff, which spans over what? Like 30 fucking states? Like, it doesn't need to be every single person. Just have the raid team, glitch team, and debug team active. Like, you don't have to have the rest of the departments. Just have the departments that need to be on staff and give them that overtime. Or give them a day off earlier in the week so that way they don't go over overtime so they can work on a Saturday. Like, it just doesn't make sense how they messed with it. And I think a lot of people, I don't think that they'll keep the Fridays as the new world's first because
Yeah.
they got a lot of backlash because of it.
Yeah.
I don't foresee them doing it, and if they do continue to do it on Friday, I think that they're going to have a major drop off in world's first people.
Like, I know that the next one is absolutely going to be a brand new raid.
Yeah, that's going to be in season 19.
Like, we'll get the dungeon, of course.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm excited because that's also going to determine whether because this new raid, based on whether or not they can prevent debugs, is going to determine whether or not Elysium, as a world's first clan, is actually worth the hype. Straight up, I think that with the new raid that comes out in what season 19, right? Is it season 19 that they've got it, Danny, coming out?
I don't know if it's 19 or 20. It could be 20.
No. Well, the new raid, when it does come out, as long as there are no bugs, it's going to determine whether or not Elysium should truly earn a world's first title. Right? And I'm not, and again, like I said, I see both sides of the story, right? Elysium completed it. They completed 3 raids. However, but on the other end, 2 of the raids were already a thing, so they already knew what all the encounters were, because you could literally just watch YouTube videos on how to do the encounters. And Vow of Disciple was so bugged, so many people got dropped out because of it. Like, it's in my opinion, it's very unfair to look at. So, either way, let's go ahead and continue. So, world's first, the challenge mode, blah blah blah. 2020 Kingsfall raid ring. Oh, they made a ring specifically for it.
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty dope. That's actually really cool. I really like this.
Yeah, that is basically just if you finished it. You could order that from the Bungie store.
That's nice. That's actually really, really cool. I'll fuck with that.
Yeah.
The tailgate, blah blah blah. We already know that. Now, this is when they did the showcase. On the 23rd, they showcased a lot of Guardians, a lot of content creators, and here is all of their names. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to slowly scroll here so that way you can read all of their names. But these are all clips that people submitted / were asked if they could be used during the Lightfall showcase to showcase the start of Witch Queen, which I thought was super cool. And it's nice because a lot of these guys are actually not that big of content creators. So seeing Bungie actively be like, hey, these are smaller content creators. There are some big content creators, don't get me wrong. Like, iFrostbolt is one of the leaders in PvP. Aztec Cross and Fallout Plays are easily some of the biggest names that you would know of. Right? But getting to see a lot of these smaller names be shouted out by Bungie in the showcase is really cool. And I really like that.
And I love the fact that one of the names on this list is actually part of the team that did the original world's first King's Fall.
Who was that?
Professor Broman.
Oh, so he was the one in D1 that did the... Wait, was he the one one of the members that did the world's first then?
Yep. He's part of the team that did the original world's first for King's Fall. And he did a tailgate stream for the
Yeah,
world's first
Professor
race. This
Broman's
one,
Destiny Raid Day tailgate. That was super dope. And
E.
I mean, it makes sense that he covers it since he was the one that did it. Yeah, shoutouts to Broman. Like, oof. He's a
Roman is
pro,
a
man.
he is a really big positive part of the community for Destiny.
Yeah, and it's nice to see so many. And I saw a couple of VTubers in this list. I don't know their names, though.
Yeah, there was some of them. One of them that I was actually watching was Vex Milk. She was trying to do world's first too.
Nice. Along with that, today is the last day to be able to play all of the DLCs for free. So, if you had not had a chance, play your DLCs now. Finish up whatever you can, because today is the last. I believe today was. Hold on, is it continuing past the reset or no? Do you know?
That's what I was going to check.
Um,
Because reset has definitely happened.
yeah, I don't. Maybe because reset happened, maybe not. Since reset happens at 1 p.m. EST, and we're roughly about 25 minutes past that right now, so probably not. But this was very cool. I really love to see this. It allowed players who never really got a chance to do it and that were strictly free to play to actually get a chance to play everything. Because there's a lot of shit that is worth it. For example, Shadowkeep. A lot of people counted was a really shitty DLC, but there's some great weapons and armor that came out of Shadowkeep. Primarily, uh, Deathbringer and Xenophage were
Yep.
very, very big. Xenophage is still used as boss DPS and mob clearing. It's an animal. Beyond Light being free allowed you to get all of the exotics for Beyond Light
Yep.
from that, and the Witch Queen being free was insane because there was a lot of shit available for Witch Queen. As a
Oh yeah.
reminder, a lot of shit available. So this was really cool. Now, Epic Games, they did a crossover between Destiny 2 and Epic Games, and they're just kind of talking about it right here.
Yep.
Uh, so the Hunter has the cybernetic armor. Warlock's got the Kitsune mask and the Fox outfit, and Titan's got the Fortnite classic armor. Fun fact: this armor for Titans was actually a season 1 Fortnite was a season 1 Fortnite armor set that you could get. It was in, I believe, the original Battle Pass. Because I remember playing and getting said suit when I first played Fortnite. Because Season 1 was the only good season of Fortnite. But overall, the Titan armor is actually pretty fucking dope. Like, if I'm being completely honest, it makes a lot of sense. The Knight armor is really cool. The Hunter armor is really cool. I'm really not a. I'm gonna say it again. I'm not a fan of the Warlock armor. It is the one armor set. Like, one of these things does not belong. Yet again, Warlocks are getting shafted out of the really super cool armor sets because they just made it, oh, anime weeby. Like, bro, this armor set is not good. I'm sorry. I've seen it in game. It's not good. Moving on. You can also link your EGS account to Bungie.net to redeem a Fortnite and Fall Guys inspired emblem on September 1st. So here is, I believe, this is the Fortnite one, and this is the Fall Guy emblem that you can get. So you just need to submit that in
Yeah.
the redeem section. Along with that, whoo, there's a lot of shit to talk about on this one. The exotic ornament that got voted to get the first ever community ornament was Arbalist.
And it wasn't even close.
Yeah, Arbalist took home 50% of the votes.
Almost. Borderline 50%.
Yeah, with Sweet Business having like 30 and Rat King having about 20. Give or take. I don't have
Yeah.
specific. Oh, never mind. Here are the specific numbers right here.
Yeah.
Arbalist at 45.72%, Rat King at 27.26%, and Sweet Business just under Rat King at 27.01%. Yeah, it was not close. Danny, how do you feel about this?
Out of the three, honestly, probably okay with that, to be honest. Because I guarantee you, a majority of players are thinking, like, which one of these weapons am I going to be using this season?
The most,
And
and it's the answer is always Arbalist out of these three. Arbalist will
yeah,
always have a place. Ever since it got changed, Arbalist will always be top
like,
tier.
it's Catalyst mixed with anti-barrier rounds, and the fact that it just has Genesis by default, like, it gets all of its ammo back when you break a shield. Like, it doesn't care about match game. It's going to be an in-game weapon.
Yeah, like, and that's the part that I was not a fan of is that like and did I not call it that I said that it was probably going to be Arbalist?
Yeah, like, plus, like, nobody uses Rat King.
Nobody
Nobody
uses
uses
nobody
Rat
uses
King.
Rat King because it requires 6 people to go through because that's when you get the mega buff. But
Yep.
nobody uses Rat King because it's a fucking meme, and Sweet Business is only used for memes. Like
It's
literally,
only when
you
there's an
pop
auto
Heat
rifle
Rises and
mod.
you act like an AC 130.
Just
That's
give
it.
it give Sweet Business anti-barrier rounds intrinsically. Do that.
What?
Give it anti-barrier rounds.
Are you high right now?
Think about it.
Do you know how terrifying that would be? Because, okay, here's the thing, Danny. I don't know if you know, but Fallout Plays did a test of if any of the three mods, Overload, Anti-Barrier, or Unstoppable, did anything in Crucible. Overload chucked a player's regen by roughly about, give or take, 2 seconds, which
Yeah.
is not that long, really, because let's be real, with how often you can pop abilities up, it's not that big of a deal. Unstoppable did literally nothing. Anti-barrier, however, is very important because it deals 1 additional damage to shields and it does 2 additional damage to Titan barriers.
Exactly.
That's fucking terrifying. Sweet Business with anti-barrier would ruin Crucible. And then it would get immediately fucking nerfed, and we would still have the shotgun meta no matter what anyways.
So what exactly is the anti-barrier mod for this season, by the way?
It is auto rifles. Yeah, I'm still terrified about it. Trust me. I'm honestly surprised that they just haven't turned Sweet Business into just the first ever kinetic machine gun.
I mean, it is technically. That's what it's supposed to be.
But it's considered an auto rifle, so it gets the anti-barriers from auto rifle. No, change the name to a machine gun so it can't get that. So instead, it can get overload machine gun because of the mod from this season.
Like, Overload's okay. However, I feel like in the grand scheme of things, it's like you either use Overload or anti-barrier. Like, most people just don't care about Unstoppable.
Yeah, and chances are you're gonna have something on you anyways. Like what are the unstoppables this season? It's bows and
It's Pulse and Shotguns.
pulse and shotguns. Yeah, no one's using those. Like, here's the thing. Just make all hand cannons intrinsically unstoppable. Cause let's be real, nobody gives a fuck about unstoppable, and most people run a hand cannon secondary for the most part. Either a hand cannon or an SMG. So they're either gonna get unstoppable or overload anyways.
Yeah.
Like, just let me use my Dire Promise, my Ayas Luna, my Igneous Hammers, my Palindromes. Just let me use them. Like, I love hand cannons. And for 4 seasons now, you have not had a single fucking hand cannon mod, Bungie. The fuck is wrong with you? You just buffed what is it, 120s?
Uh,
It was one
Hand
of the hand
cannon?
cannons recently that just got buffed. I can't remember if it was
Yeah,
120s or 180s. Because let's be real, 140s are God's gift to Destiny.
hand cannons are just fun.
Yeah. Like, they just buffed hand cannons a while back. Like, come on now. Along with that, player support, nothing new. They also noted something in the sensitivity tips. They added some stuff because the players were saying that they're having a little bit of issue, kind of like seeing things. So they fixed it a little bit to where players can readjust the photosensitivity so it's not nearly as blinding or as terrible for them. Along with
Yeah.
that, the point contact can embrace exotic Titan gauntlets have been temporarily disabled. Now, Danny, I don't know. Did we talk about this on stream
Yeah. I talked about that when we started this one.
when we talked about Arc 3.0?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
then we're not going to go into that. Loose SBMM update clarification. This is something very important for anybody that does decide to play Crucible. So we're just going to quickly go over it. With update 6.2.0, loose skill-based matchmaking, more info here, was supposed to have been implemented in the Crucible's control playlist. However, we discovered that the default value has been changed, which enabled crossplay. We were able to send out a fix with the new matchmaking settings that evening. We plan to continue looking over feedback surrounding loose SBMM throughout the season. That is a little terrifying to enable crossplay because controller players get shit on by M and K, like any
yeah,
day of the week.
it's very accurate there.
Yeah, there's a reason why in order to play with M and K, you have to be invited to a person who's using M and K for PC.
Yeah.
There's the Twitch drop emblem clarification for the Starbirth. Not everybody got it, so people wondering what was going on, and it was a little sad. But you should be able to redeem it now, hopefully, because sometimes the emblem took a little bit of time to get out. So just double check your collections. Worst comes to worst, you'll go to flares, emblems, general, and you should be able to find it there.
Yep.
Now, acquiring Umbral Energy from the Season Pass. Players who own the Season 18 Season Pass can claim Umbral Energy from the past after they complete the following. You complete the Salvage mission, speak to Spider, acquire and complete the Ahoy and Away quest, visit the star chart in the helm, acquire the sails of the ship stealer, and then claim the Umbral Energy from the Season Pass. I experienced this last week because I was like, why can I not collect my shit? You have to go through a certain amount of steps before you can complete the shit. You can get the shit from the Season Pass. Which,
Yep.
it was a little weird not knowing that. But overall, it wasn't too big of a deal. It was like, oh, okay. I just have to complete the standard starting mission. Oh god, how terrible. Along with that, there is a lot of known issues here. So, we're just going to quickly go over these rapid fire. Okay.
This is a fun one.
The Quicksilver Storm exotic auto rifle has no weapon icon when equipped. Players moving too quickly through seasonal intro missions are becoming blocked from progressing. This can be resolved by doubling back to trigger Spider's voice lines. The Ahoy and Away quest objective may not successfully progress on catch, crash, or activity completion. Players with a full quest inventory will be unable to successfully pick up the Captain's Atlas during the seasonal intro. This can be resolved by clearing quest inventory space and acquiring it from the Postmaster. Players may be blocked from seasonal progress if they return to orbit too quickly after completing the boss encounter of the seasonal intro mission. This can be resolved by players completing the mission again without returning to orbit on another character. Plundered Umbral Energy cannot be claimed from the Season Pass until players complete the Season of Plunder introductory mission and reach the Star Chart vendor. See what we just said above. The Crime Mutiny Heavy Grenade Launcher incorrectly appears in the Special Grenade Launcher section of collections. Players who acquire the Under One Banner crew upgrade will not earn the bonus treasure coordinates when in a fire team of other players who own the Season of Plunder Season Pass. In Catch Crash, the Security Optic health bar may disappear or display inaccurate health if damaged too quickly. The Valor Disciple raid does not successfully reset its completion at the weekly reset, preventing players from earning new rewards in the next week. The Lost at Seas emblem is unavailable to reacquire from player collections. The Skeleton Key mod Seasonal Triumph does not correctly progress when unlocking artifact mods. The Take a Seat emote displays a dark outline on players when activated. The Form of Danger and Zur exotic quests don't receive progress for completing playlist activities. The Master Catch Crash Weekly Challenge doesn't grant a pinnacle reward. Players on the Epic Games Store platform will have a low FPS when viewing certain cutscenes if their EGS launcher version is out of date. The intro music for Gambit and Control aren't syncing correctly, and the previous Season Pass rewards page on Bungie.net hasn't updated to show Season 17 Season Pass items to claim. How'd I do?
I think I covered it. There's a lot of stuff that was it's a lot of issues that they found.
What else is new with Bungo? Yeah, so it's basically, for the most part, a lot of beginning stuff. So y'all are just gonna have to worry about. Hopefully, it got fixed this week.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dancing. We're not gonna watch the video. But Dungeons and Guardians, separate ways. There's a new video for that. Then there is Animal Light on Twitter stating, "What Drifter does when you're not around, the vibe was too much for Eris." And it's literally just Drifter doing the neon ear cat emote. It was pretty great. I saw this on Twitter when it first dropped, and I thought it was great. Along with that, Sierra XO7, the new Omelon energy drinks. For some odd reason, it's not wanting to pop up, but shout outs to them for getting shouted out here. Season of the Art, Defy Fly, posting a map on Minecraft. I stand before a being with 1,000 names. It whispers one, the Witness. Remember it. Remember that name. 25 plus hours and 16,000 plus blocks, and they made the Witness in Minecraft. That is fucking dedication, and this is amazing. This is absolutely phenomenal. Hands down, this is some great fucking art. Like, it's hard to tell, or it's hard to say, but like, this is beautiful. Like, this is just outright beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Like, this was just well done.
Like, the amount of time needed to do that is just insane.
Oh yeah. Along with that, we've got Toasty, and it's yay. Today is Arc Day, and it's, I believe that is a Titan with eyes glowing.
Yep.
So that's pretty good. And new Baby Fly. Spider didn't sell enough Guardian Scout cookies last dawning, so into the box of shame he goes. Let's keep this between us, Guardian. That was when Danny, when you and I first saw that, we started fucking giggling. Cause fuck Spider.
It was so funny seeing him walk.
How does it feel this time, bitch? And then Drifter's other job. And it's selling the high-res prints of Shax's photo shoot from Guardian magazine.
Yep.
Then this one was brought by V23. I saw this on Twitter when it first dropped. This was great. I loved this. This was phenomenal. Along with that, this is written by another one by V23. This is written that you may understand. The time of kings is long since gone from this world, and the crowns of old will find new heads to bear the weight of their power. And it is a crown of Tempest on their guardian. And I think that is phenomenal art.
There's so many good ones.
Yeah.
Also reminds me of that one that I shared in Guardians.
Yep, and there's a little thing here. Funny. Let's take a look at what Yar, I was like pirate, but they kicked me out. Fuck! That's a good meme. That's a
That's
very
pretty
good
good.
meme. That's a pretty good meme. So yeah, overall, not too much to really go over. No, really big, like nothing really to kind of go over.
Yeah, and
Um,
the only other thing that they posted since then was just the hot fix, which is literally just two things.
which are, if you wouldn't mind going over those for me, Danny.
Oops. Let me pull that up real quick because it's literally just two notes. So 6.2.0.1 fixed an issue where the Quicksilver Storm exotic auto rifle could be obtained with a power level of 0, and fixed a server issue that could cause a delay in rewards arriving in players' inventory.
That's
That's
pretty
it.
good.
All that hotfix does.
Lol. Uh, all right. I know, right, Buddha? I know, right? So, Danny, overall, what do you think's? What are your thoughts? Oh, thanks. What are your thoughts about the TWAB this, at least from last week?
It is interesting. There was definitely a lot of issues with this update, but overall, pretty solid.
Yeah, no buffs or nerfs, just more of like information and a lot of bug fixes, which, to be fair, for this week specifically, was kind of a necessity.
Yeah. Although, like, I know it was found out after the TWAB came out that resistance for Arc was bugged.
Yeah, to where, and let's talk about that real quick. So
This
Danny,
is a fun one.
could you please explain to chat and YouTube exactly what the fuck happened with Arc Resilience 3.0?
So, somehow, Arc Resilience, when the update went live for Titans and Warlocks in particular, everything about them is reduced to like if you have 100 resilience, it's acting like you have 0. Hunter's the same normally. However, old OG Arc staff for some reason is bugged to high hell and kind of unkillable in PvP for some reason. It's kind of weird. And if you're using Arc staff right now in PvP, fuck you.
Well, I mean, let's be real, Danny. Like, if you're playing a hunter right now, you have no skill because everything about your class is busted.
I mean, it's not a Titan.
You get dodges.
So do Titans now.
Yeah, but they don't. Yeah, but they don't lose tracking.
I mean,
Look, I'm just sick and tired of Warlocks getting consistently shafted
I mean
over and
it's
over and
fair.
over and over and over and over. Like, bruh,
Warlocks have big
Void
games
3.0 was
nowadays.
so good for Warlock. How did they manage to fuck it up for both Solar and Arc? Come on, man.
Like,
Like, they fucked up Warlock so hard.
Solar and Arc are just bad. If you're not using Void on a Warlock now, what are you doing? Like, just what are you doing?
The only reason why I'm running Arc right now is because there are missions currently that are available that require me to use Arc.
Yep.
Speaking of which, by the way, now that World's First has happened, we get all the rest of the unlocks now, right?
Yep. All of the fragments are available.
All right, I will be going to do that the moment I log in. So, with that being said, Danny, do you have anything else to say for the end of the podcast?
I think that about covers it.
All right, well, Danny, with that being said, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitch and YouTube under the same name. Just look for my face.
Yep, the name is Catbox Danny. You can also find yours truly on Twitter at DominiFox1 or on Twitch/YouTube at DominiFox. Uh, yeah, there was a lot of stuff, a lot of just basic bullshit that we covered today. Hopefully, we get a little bit more to next week. Also, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of feel like we should definitely swap the days that we do this, in the future because it feels. I feel like we're shafting ourselves in the fact that we do it on Tuesday, but the TWAB's on Thursday.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm thinking, Danny, is in the future, what we should do is, thankfully, I don't have to go into work until around 2 o'clock, 2:30 on Thursday. So what we might do is we might just do just strictly the podcast on Thursday when the TWAB drops, or we can do it Friday morning. That way, if the pod drops later Thursday night, we can still cover it, and the information will be relatively still good enough instead of doing it
Yeah.
right before the new TWAB drops.
Like they usually do drop those about like afternoon, somewhere like maybe like 3 or 4.
Yeah, then maybe we'll try to do it Friday morning. Chat,
Yeah.
what would you guys think? What do you guys think about that? If we just did the podcast and no gameplay, if we just did the podcast on Thursday early afternoon or Friday early afternoon, and YouTube, please put in the comments below. What do you guys think? Hopefully, I'm going to be changing my schedule / possibly getting a new job. So I will have new stream times at that time, and we'll be able to figure a little bit more shit out. But let us know in the comments below. And again, thank you all so much for stopping by. We really, really appreciate it. Um, and with
E-
that, and with that being said, thank you guys so much. We both hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Um, and it still feels weird to say good hunting because it's a collab with Dani, so I'm still trying to think of like a catchphrase for Trials of Casuals. Dani, you got any ideas? We're just gonna start throwing random shit out.
Uh, huh. I have to workshop that.
All right, well, we'll get back to y'all. So, thank you all once again. And for now, good hunting.